So everybody is talking about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, and I absolutely loved it. There was so much symbolism, and it was so creative in exactly what the message needed to be for the people who heard it, and even for the people who heard it and didn't understand it. If you heard it and didn't understand it, here is a breakdown, one of the best breakdowns that I've seen of that halftime show.
Lamar is so talented. Apparently, a game took place during his show. This halftime show was pure art, and it was much deeper than a diss to Drake. Let's first address how he says the revolution's about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. We are in the age of revolution, and it's going to be digital. We are no longer falling for the narratives that the mainstream media pushes. He's telling you he's not going to be the one to fall in line, but he's speaking in the form of the collective. We are no longer being docile and conforming to what the government wants. We are standing up for what we believe in. You have Samuel L. Jackson narrating the show as Uncle Sam saying, "Welcome to America's game," which we all know isn't football, but the game that the government plays with us. Samuel L. Jackson says, "Do you really know how to play the game? It's too loud, too ghetto, tighten up." So Kendrick follows it up with "Sit down, be humble," because that's what America wants from us. Notice how he's in a divided flag representing a divided nation. Yet you have the Crips dressed in blue, Bloods dressed in red coming together united regardless of their differences and hatred towards one another. If you studied every successful revolution in history, unity is the main ingredient. After they're united, Uncle Sam comes by and says, "Oh, I see you brought your homeboys," which is the culture cheat code. Deduct a life. My mind instantly thought of Fred Hampton, how he united rival gangs and the government deducted his life. I also noticed how their sweatsuits look like the ones from Squid Games, which is a representation of capitalism. How people at the bottom continue to fight amongst one another for the money at the top, which accomplishes nothing. Now let's address SZA's performance. When SZA's performing, she's on an inverted triangle, which was symbolic of the feminine goddess energy used in the creation of the world, which often gets left out because of our patriarchal society, which panders towards religious ideologies that make women subservient to men. She's also surrounded by people in red and white sweatsuits, which could be a reference to Handmaid's Tale, where women are also suppressed. Afterwards, Uncle Sam comes back out and says, "Yes, this is what America wants. Nice, calm, don't mess this up." Kendrick responds with 40 acres and a mule, how this is bigger than music. For those of you all who have whitewashed history, those are the 40 acres that were promised to enslave black people. He follows that up by saying you can rig the game, but you can't fake influence, which is literally how the music industry and the political system in America is set up. This halftime show met history at the right moment. Kendrick used his influence on the greatest stage in front of the leader of our country to remind you all to stand up for what you believe in. He performed not like us, knowing he would face consequences, but he did it anyway. What's even more iconic is he brings out Serena Williams and she crip walks on stage, which she was scolded for after winning a tennis match. This performance was a message of defiance to the collective consciousness and a reminder that it is us versus them. Last but not least, after he performed Turn the TV Off, I hope you turned your TV off, because it's time we stop willingly watching the distractions that are dividing us and start focusing on the people who are truly dividing us.